Gwinnetta Wright.
And I'm Deonta B.
And welcome to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
So we are coming into a close of the live.
Girl, the live, televised show, and taxis. Come through, Jesus.
I know. It's just 2019, it came in and it's just flying through.
All right, we had an awesome first quarter.
We did.
We had an awesome first quarter. Shout out to all the Expert Tax Service clients. We appreciate you all for coming and utilizing our services this year. Y'all got one more week to go. 7 days, and the tax deadline is here. So definitely, if you are one of those last minute filers, right, we are still working. So come see one of us at Expert Tax Service. I'll be sitting in Columbus, Georgia all week, and Dee Dee be sitting in South Mountain all week. But you can definitely also send your information to us virtually through our website, www.experttaxservice.com, and also, you can request a tax package.
Yes, and we also want to shout out those Carver Tigers who gave us 2 state championships in March. So we definitely want to give all the CHS Tigers a shout out because we are CHS alumni.
Mighty Tigers, congrats. That's a big thing, to bring home 2 state championships. So congrats to those Tigers. They had a celebration recently and we missed that.
We did.
But we want to give y'all a shout out. That's amazing.
It is. I would consider them mastermind experts in basketball right now.
Right, girl, they got the championships. Girls and boys.
Girls and boys. Yes. I know. And speaking of mastermind experts, today we are talking to some mastermind experts.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, we have Mrs. Shayna Bayless. She is a realtor. Now, y'all know I'm a realtor too, right? I am a realtor too. But I thought it would be a good idea to have someone outside of myself to give y'all some information on real estate because it is getting ready to be the summertime and a lot of people move during that time. So I was like, okay, well, we're not interviewing me. So let me pull somebody in that we can interview.
Yes.
So, come on, Shayna. I hope I'm saying your name right. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Welcome to GBC. So, of course, we're talking about mastermind experts today because, you're an expert in your field. Mm-hmm. So, you call yourself the real estate expert. So, tell the viewers, why do you consider yourself the real estate expert?
Well, I have about 10 years experience in the real estate industry. I've done property management. I've worked for companies that taken over REO properties and built them back up and sold them for banks. I've been on the tax end of properties as well, finding tax-owned properties and helping people get those properties and invest in those properties. So now I'm doing residential here in Atlanta, and so I feel like I have the expertise to serve my clients' needs, whether you're selling, you're buying, or investing.
Okay, now. All right, real estate expert.
Right, interesting. So, let's talk about some of the challenges because I know, with being a real estate agent, you have the market crash, so many things happen. So what have been some of the challenges that you have faced, especially with marketing your brand in real estate? And how did you overcome all of those challenges?
Well, that's a good point. It is a lot of changes happening in the real estate market just with the interest rates going up. You have to re-educate people and let them know that it's not bad interest rates. It's just they were used to what I call recession rates, where the recession rates were so much lower than they had been before the recession had happened. So now that they're raising the rates, so people are a little bit nervous to buy, people are a little nervous to sell. So you just have to educate them on that it's still a good time to buy, it's still a good time to sell. And as far as just separating yourself with a brand, it is very hard. There's a lot of realtors.
Everybody's
a realtor. Everybody knows.
realtor, just like everybody
knows
in
a
Texas.
realtor. But I consider myself a real estate resource. So I feel like I separate myself from the masses and educating my clients, empowering them to make the best decision. Because I don't sell houses, I feel like I sell futures, because you build your future in your home.
Okay.
And whether you're raising a family or you're using it to invest in property to build your equity and your legacy, you're still building your future. So I feel like I build futures, and I'm not trying to sell homes, I'm selling futures. So that's how I separate myself from the masses.
Okay. So outside you being a real estate agent, you have the Bayless Group, which I think focus a little bit around the real estate as well, right?
It is. It's my sales team. Basically, that's what the Bayless Group is, and we provide service. We put service first. Our motto is serve to succeed. So I really put my clients' needs first, and my goal is to educate, to empower, so they can make the best decision. Because I don't try to sell people their home. I help partner with them in the process of buying their home.
So let's talk about that as far as you having a group. So in real estate, for all those who, want to be a real estate agent, a lot of times you go into a company, and work under someone, and then as agents, we sometimes separate ourselves into groups. Right? And we might have in that group particular other agents that work alongside with us as we're doing certain things. So talk about some of the strategies that you came up with when you decided to develop your group.
Well, so with the real estate group, what I do is I have a lot of strategic partnerships. So I partner with other realtors. Because the Bayless Group is under my entity, but I partner with other realtors. So I have a strong referral base, as well as me partnering with a lot of strong lenders, a lot of strong vendors, because my goal is to be a resource to any client that I serve. So I want to make sure I have the best lending possibilities or opportunities for my clients. Vendors, if you're selling, you need to upgrade your home before you put it on the market. I want to be the person when you call me, I have all the resources available to you to help you get you to your goal. So I feel like strategic partnerships are really, really important to grow your business in real estate, and it's really a necessity, because you want to be able to serve your clients' needs. You don't want them to come to you and you can't help them. So I put a lot of energy in connecting with great people like yourself, and just making sure that I can be a resource to anybody that I come into business with.
Okay. So you kind of answered the question, but, tell me from a standpoint of a client. So what are some of the services that you offer with the Bayless Group? Say I'm a new client. I'm new to looking for a home. I don't have very good credit. My credit's not, what we all would like for our credit score to be.
Right. You gotta have a certain credit score to get a house anyway.
And I might not make. I know a lot of clients will say, "Well, I only make like $28,000. Can I buy a home?" So, what are some services can you provide for a client that in that caliber? As far as your Bayless Group.
Well, what I do is I try to find out what your needs are, which you kind of gave a great guideline of what you're looking for, where you're at. I would find out your timeline, depending on what timeline you're looking to buy, as well as I would see if you would be interested in the rent-to-own. So sometimes if you have lower income, you might qualify for a rent-to-own program. There are a lot available. Whereas a realtor, I could still sell the home to the company, and you have the ability to lease the home from the company up to 5 years, and then you still have the option to purchase. You're not obligated to purchase, but you choose the home, and they're in specific neighborhoods where, usually those type of companies, they make sure they buy in a good school district area. They want to have the property value stay afloat when they purchase a home if it's a rent-to-own company. So that's one avenue for someone who has not the best credit or don't have a down payment. Or if you have a timeline that you're looking in, say 6 months, 3 to 6 months, I have lenders who actually will do your credit repair for free. And if you work with them, and then when you're ready, they'll let me know, and then together we'll partner and find you your home.
Okay.
So those are some of the tools that I use. Again, strategic partnerships, I believe, are just great for any business owner to have, just build relationships with people, try to be a service to people, because it just helps you grow your business and help grow others. So.
Let's talk about for those people who want to actually get in real estate, because I think it's a
Yeah.
I think that
It's a quick,
Right.
rich.
Right, you know, you think a lot of times, a lot of people like, oh, okay, well, let me go take this class. I want to be a real estate agent because, you know, back in the days, you know, when you watching TV, real estate agents is that profession that you look like you rich in, you know, on TV.
Or you don't work.
Yeah, you know, it looks real good on the TV. So everybody be like, oh, okay, let me go be a real estate agent. I need to sell some houses, you know, different stuff like that. But I know, you know, child, that is not that simple. So, talk to the viewers in reference to some advice you would give somebody who's looking to actually be a real estate agent, and what are some of those things that, of course, they don't know about before they become one. You know what I'm saying? That they have to look into.
Well, first I would say get into real estate for the right reasons. Like, it could be like, oh, I want to learn about real estate because eventually I want to grow and build a legacy and building my own real estate company, whether that's investing or building. But I really like helping people. My passion is I love to help people. I love to help people achieve a goal. So it fit perfectly for me. But what you have to realize that it's a process and it's a journey. And so you're not going to come right in selling $1 million homes. You're not going to be on HGTV. You're not going to do those things immediately. But I would say put service first. Don't try to just get people just to hurry up and get a commission. Like, people don't realize how much money you can make and being of service to people if you treat people the way you want to be treated. So I would say look at people, like, that's why I call myself the family realtor, because I treat people like they're my family. I want to take care of you. And also, if I'm your family realtor, then I'm your entire family's realtor. So that's referrals, and how I treat you, that's going to triple effect. People don't realize how that grows your business. They think about the short game. I want to stress to people, think about the long game. If you're getting into real estate, have a 5-10 year plan of why you're getting into real estate. Not just to sell houses within the first year. I'm going to sell 30 houses, 40 houses, I'm going to make this commission. Think about, okay, what company am I building? What legacy am I building? What is my mission? And so I just tell people to think about that and have a long game, not a short game. Then when the stress comes, you're not so burnt out and you know to expect it, and just expect the stress. You're dealing with people. When you deal with people, people are interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Talk about some of those fees, because I think with people, they don't know that real estate is an investment outside of just taking a class, of course. Yeah. And, you know, once you sign up with a real estate company, we have fees we have to pay. So tell them about those fees.
Well, it's a lot of fees. You have marketing fees. You have fees just having desk fees, joining the company. You have the commission fees. You split the commission fees. If you join a team, you have to split your fees. So you have to be strategic with how you work in your business. That's why you have to work it like a business and not a hobby, because it'll show up like a hobby. And you have to understand that rejection is part of the process, and the more you get rejected, the faster you'll get to your yeses. And so just understanding to have emotional, the emotional ability to not get upset or get frustrated with people, and just understand it's not personal. A lot of times people treat you the way they're feeling. It has something to do with you. So I feel like I've learned that, to not be so sensitive in this type of business, because you go door knocking. If you're a realtor, you go door knocking, you call in strangers. People can say all kinds of crazy stuff to you, and you're not expecting it. And so it's just having that strong backbone and knowing that your mission is to serve people and to help people. And if that person's just not nice or just really ignorant, just know that they're not the person you're meant to serve at the time, and just keep moving forward. And that's the biggest thing. It's like, you're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be perfect. Ask questions. Ask for other help with realtors. People are willing to help and educate you and just continue to educate yourself, because that first class ain't nothing compared to the experience you're going to have when you get in the field. So it's very different.
Very different.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm the viewers. All the people that want to be homeowners.
Okay.
And, you know, because people have so many questions when it comes to buying a home. So, you know, what advice would you give to someone, especially, I know with us entrepreneurs, we have a hard time showing books and, you know, things of that nature when it's time for us to show that income to purchase a home. So what advice would you give to someone that's an entrepreneur? You know, they're trying to purchase a home and they're trying to set up everything in the process so that they can be able to purchase a home. They might not have good credit either. But what advice would you give to that person?
Well, I would say the real estate market has come a long way with entrepreneurs, as far as like you are able to get like a bank certified loan where you just need a bank account. So if you don't have like a check stubs and things like that, or you don't even need your taxes, some lenders have a program where you don't have to have your taxes, but a bank statement will be sufficient. So I would just say make sure that you have, if you don't have one or the other, you got to have something. So if you don't have the, the job market where you have the paycheck stubs, have the bank account where you show that you do have monthly funds being deposited. Or if you don't have good credit, I definitely have lenders that can work with your credit, and you don't need to have, like I said, a job, but you do want to make sure you don't owe on your taxes, because that part I can't help you with. You got to make sure you're up to date with your taxes. Like, that's the part which Ms. Gwen can help you do that.
Right.
Help you with
So,
that.
yeah, we can't help you with that. And I'm just going to piggyback off of her. This is about her, but since she asked the question, because I do taxes, let me just go ahead and iterate since we're on the topic. So one thing about entrepreneurs that we do not do when it comes to trying to purchase a home is, we could get cash, or, we might necessarily, y'all doing this cash out thing, which is really a negative for real when it comes to being an entrepreneur. When you're trying to show funds, you might can do Square or PayPal because that goes directly into your account. But when you're doing cash out, that's not like a trackable type of app when it comes to showing what you're making in your business. You might can run a report on cash out, but you know what, cash out do go on your account, so I'm gonna take that back. It might be to a certain extent, but the difference is that you need to have a business bank account. That's number one. So that way you are being able to show that you're actually in business. I always tell my clients when they get their taxes done that, for instance, if you're cashing a check or you got cash that you collected throughout the day, go deposit that money into your bank account. One, because it's important, because you want to show that, again, like she said, that you have trackable funds when it comes to your business. And even if you're going to withdraw those funds away from your account that same day, you need to make sure that entry is added in as a deposit. And then that way you're able to... when they pull your bank records, they're going to look at what your average deposit or income earnings is for that particular month. And if you're not depositing the money into your account, you don't have Cash App and PayPal and all these different merchant services going into your business account, then they're not going to really be able to track it like you need it to be tracked. So that's an important factor.
That's
very
very
great, yeah.
Right, so that's an important factor. And I think, and when she talked about taxes, and when she talked about what you just said, if you ain't filed your taxes, and if you had a business loss, a lot of people do not know that, and then lenders a lot of times wait to the end to ask for your tax returns, and they're going by what you're showing, and then now you have a loss on your business loss on your taxes, and now that business loss is going to be looked at as debt. So y'all better watch it. But going back to you, baby.
That's good information.
It's great information.
Okay, going back to you. So you have a book coming out that you've written that's called Before You Buy. So tell us a little bit about the book.
So Before You Buy, it's just kind of what a home buying seminar would be about. If you came to one of my home seminars, actually going to start doing my home seminars again this year, coming in May, by that name, Before You Buy. But it's just to inform people of tips and tools and resources that's available to you before you buy. And I'm passionate about educating people, so I love just letting people know like the resources that's available, as well as just the process, so they're not surprised, because buying a house can be so stressful, scary. It's a lot of hiccups sometimes it can be smooth, but most of the time it's not. And so just want to prepare people, because then it's not as stressful if you know what to expect. And so that's why I wrote the book. It's not a big book, it's going to be almost like a booklet, but it's just to help people feel prepared when they decide they want to, or they think they want to buy. They can read it and just say, okay, let me make sure I gather these documents, make sure I have this in order. So then when the lender's asking you for documents, you know what to expect. When you go into a house and you put on a contract, you know what due diligence is, you know what an appraisal is for, you know what costs to expect in purchasing a home. And so I want to prepare people, because I feel like people, they need to be empowered, and I partner with people. I say I don't work for you, I'm your partner in this process. So I want you to feel empowered and for you to make the best decisions for you and your family's future.
Okay, now. All right.
Well, That was great.
That was great. You
So,
got some great nuggets.
Yeah, so tell the viewers how they can keep up with you, because you have this book, and I mean, you have so many resources that we need.
Yes, I would love for the viewers to keep up with me. You can reach me I'm on Facebook, Shayna Bayless, the Family Realtor, and I'm on Instagram, Shayna Bayless, and you can reach me at ShaynaBayless.com. I'm Keller Williams' agent, right in Sugarloaf office, and if you're looking to buy or sell, I would love to be of service to you.
Okay, now. Well, lady, we appreciate you coming down to
Thank
GBC.
you.
Yes,
Thank you.
I know it took a long time, but you here, baby. We got you here. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yes.
So we are talking to masterminds today. So that was good, y'all. Like I just knew that we needed to talk about real estate because again, it's about to be summertime. A lot of y'all are looking to buy a home. Y'all getting ready, we're on a move and different things like that. So the information that she gave y'all was very valid and it was very informative. So again, you can check her out if you're looking for an agent in the Atlanta area, and she'll be happy to assist you. But if you're looking to buy a home, like my recommendation is definitely get your credit together and definitely get your finances together. It's possible to buy one. A lot of y'all think that you can't buy one, but it just take a couple of steps, and the right guidance. And like she has the book that she's coming out. If you're interested in buying a home, definitely get her book because it's important for y'all to know step by step, as far as how to buy it. All right, now who got next, girl? Who got next?
Well, now we are getting into the mind.
Okay.
And so I'm excited for the next guest because, with being entrepreneurs, we just don't talk about mental health that much. So our next guest is the Kenneth Brown II, and he's a licensed counselor, and he's also the founder of Mastermind Counseling Service, LLC. Yes.
What's that? Oh, his drip. Okay.
We'll talk about
You got
that.
the drip. You got the drip.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
At Brandon.
Yes, so he is also a brand consultant.
Yeah, right.
So welcome, Ken.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for having me.
All right, so we've had recently someone on the show that talked about mental illness. Now y'all like, dang, they talking about mental illness again? Yes, we're talking about mental illness again because we are out here crazy than the mug, okay? I was just telling everybody, keep telling y'all, I'm going after every 15 with these shows, I'm going to sit on somebody's couch, okay?
That's real.
So it's important, and I thought, it's a good idea to have a fella, a guy on here to get his perspective as well about mental illness because a lot of y'all fellas was not listening to the lady. So let's see what he gonna talk about, okay?
Right.
But outside of that, so you're the founder of the Mastermind Counseling. Tell the viewers a little bit about that.
Oh, actually, when I was in graduate school, one of my classmates, one of my partners, but we were talking about what we were gonna do when we get out of school. And so we thought about starting a business. Of course, it didn't happen, but that was for various reasons. But I looked up this term one day. Well, I ran across this term that said Mastermind Alliance. The definition of that was God, along with two individuals as humans, come together to reach a common goal. So like I said, I kept on with the Mastermind name. Basically, like I said, it's still God, your therapist, if that's what it might be, and the client. And basically just a coming together. Like I said, to reach a common goal is to get through your issues and life challenges. And, to play a dual flip on it, once you master the way you think, your behavior should follow. So.
Interesting. So what services do you provide to assist clients with mental illness, especially those that suffer from the weight of being in business? Because we know as entrepreneurs, the weight bearing, it's just the process of you mentally, it's just a strain on entrepreneurs.
I started off really self-care. Planning and managing your time. Because I know that with me, it drives me crazy because I'm all over the place. Right. Being married, I got 4 children. And so with that, and I still work a 9 to 5 and then doing my things on the side, it gets overbearing at times. Right. So sometimes you just like, man, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Or get down in the dumps because you're like, this ain't happening when I planned on it happening and things of that nature. Self-care is important. Having an accountability partner, whoever that might be. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little cousin. Like I got some younger homeboys, but You know, they got a lot of wisdom. I sit down and talk to them. You know what I mean? What you got? You know what I'm saying? What you got going on? And like I said, having an accountability partner, holding yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the struggles, I think, of everybody is saying, it was me. It was me. You know, I didn't get up at 4 in the morning like I said I was going to. I didn't get up till 7. Now it's time to go to work. I got to work from 9 to 5. In the evening, I got my responsibilities. Now it feel like my day is gone. Time to lay down again, so hold yourself accountable. And like I said, so those are the main things.
So, let me just piggyback. I mean, I got to piggyback off everything. So, one thing he said about was holding yourself accountable. And I think that is a real problem when it comes to us as people, right? Because nobody wants to hold themselves accountable. We always want to blame somebody else for something we didn't do or why we didn't do something. And I think that drives us crazy, right? To a crazy standpoint, because a lot of times when you hold yourself, and I try to hold myself accountable all the time so I could talk, right? Because I think when you hold yourself accountable for your mistakes, your wrongs, or whatever, then what tends to happen is, okay, you come into a situation to where you're trying to figure out how I can do better or how I can do something different, versus always putting somebody else as the blame. And once you start doing that, even though I'm going to send somebody to the couch for them to tell me some other stuff, you know. But I think that's important. Like, y'all got to stop blaming folks for your mess. Like, for real. But me just not have a tantrum. Okay, so what is the most important strategy you would give someone suffering from mental illness and life challenges?
Go back to accountability once again. One thing I do, you know, with my clients is what I call meeting them where they are. Same thing as you teach school for a while. Same thing, just meeting them where they are. If music is the outlet, then we gonna run that route. You know what I mean? It all depends on, you know, what your interest is and where they lie. So, like I said, some of the strategies that I use with the clients, it is meeting them where they are. I usually try not to go the religion route, but if they are faith-based and whatever it might be, I usually go to that first. And so when I work in corrections with the inmates, have you been in your book today? Because someone, whenever they start talking off the wall, and I know that they in the religion or have some kind of faith base, I said, you been in your book today? No, I ain't been in. I said, I can tell. So that's usually where I start with that foundation. It's like I said, whatever you believe in, you can go that way. It's fine. You know what I mean? And that's the way you go. So I said that's usually the foundation with a lot of my clients.
So with faith-based, I mean, I guess that kind of could be hard because I know as a business owner myself, I believe in God. So I don't really try to judge other religions or whatever. Right. But I know I believe in God. So I know for me, it's have always been a challenge because, you know, I can't even sit here and play with nobody. I'm like, well, God, you know, and you try not to be offensive, but when you're talking, like when you are the person that you say you believe in something else and you are trying to get through to somebody, how does that work when, you know, with religion as far as being able to like talk to them in that capacity? I mean,
it's always, like I say, I always use the phrase your higher power.
Okay.
That's the route I usually take. Cause I got somebody, he don't believe in God. Right. You know what I mean? But everybody got some kind of energy behind them, some kind of force behind them, some kind of thoughts run through their head to tell them, hey, you need to do this from day to day, regardless of what they say. So it's never, you know, the ones I am aware of, they believe in God, cool. The ones that believe in Allah, cool. Whatever your higher power might be. Okay. Yeah, so it's never anything direct, because like I said, I never try to force religion or anything on anyone. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let me just ask this. So what, I'm the viewers.
All right.
So, you know, you have the people, they prayed and prayed and prayed, but they're like, you know, I need some strategies. Like, I know some people do deep breathing, some people do counting. So what are some other strategies? Like, I prayed, you know, I've been to church, I go every Sunday, and I just need some other type of outlet or strategy that I can do when I feel like I'm on the edge and I'm about to break.
Well, I say,
you know what I mean?
Snap. I know journaling is strong.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, and I know it's real strong as far as getting your thoughts out, whether they're positive or negative. Like going back, because because I had some of my most outrageous experiences working in correction, working in prison, and telling them, you know, they were thinking that, okay, every time I write something down, it got to be something positive. I had a great day. No, if you want to curse somebody out, but you did put it down on that paper.
Okay.
Before you do that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back. Let's start with self and how we could have handled different situations. Journaling is important. You know what I'm saying? Art is important. Like I got some of them, a lot of clients, kids, and adults I run through that really, they like to draw. You know, people say I can't draw.
Right.
Whatever it might be. Like I said, draw it. Like I said, whatever's inside of you that you enjoy doing, a lot of times that's your biggest therapy. You know what I mean?
So let's talk about this journaling thing. Okay, because it's interesting. You know, this is for anybody who's, you know, strategies for anybody who's suffering from mental illness or trying to find an outlet. But when you say journaling, when I think about, you know, you counseling a man, right? I know a lot of men that do journal, but how is that for a man, like, as far as you telling them to write down on some paper how I feel, like, how is, you know, what is the...
Well, let me tell you, the funny thing about that, like I said, corrections is what I'm in to today. That's why I keep going back to that.
Okay.
Some of the guys I deal with are some of the most stubborn. The lives they led, of stuff you see on TV. Oh yeah, it comes from somewhere. It's real. So just recently, it's my stress management class now, but I'm running through the same gentleman. But I asked him, I said, we're gonna do a life story. So, you know, of course I got cursed out. I ain't doing that, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I ain't telling nobody about my life. But I told him it's more of a self-exploration than anything. Half the stuff that they gone through, they ain't even want to write about. And so my take on things is this. I'm gonna put these tools out here for you. If you don't want to use them, it's for you anyway. It's not for me. One day I won't be here. But I won't. But I never want you to be able to say nobody told me. But moral of the story, majority of them ended up doing. They still working on it now. I told them to start at your earliest memory, whether it was good or bad. Start from there. Let's move forward. Talk about the areas of your life that brought you to where you are now. And majority of them are doing it. Some of them shot it down, and I still bring it up to them. I'm like, you put anything on your paper yet? No, they don't even want to talk about the fact they hadn't started. So it's just all about putting them out there for you. I had to start doing it. And I felt like I was going crazy. I told them, I said, I'm a therapist, but I'm still a human.
Right.
So even I'm not consistent with it like I should be, but I'm doing it. So it's just about putting it out there.
Right. Good advice. It is. Okay, so let's take a shift. So what was the inspiration? Because we just talked about you as a counselor.
Right.
So what was the inspiration and the significant steps that were taken to transition from, okay, I'm over here in mental health, I'm counseling, to becoming a branding consultant and getting on the branding side and breaking into entertainment with that?
Really, it was just a genuine support and concern for my folks. I said, you know, once I got active with Instagram, started with, Facebook too, but Scotty ATL, he was doing his music thing, on the come up, and so I started basically just posting flyers, posting clips of the music, just trying to, like I said, I believe in getting folks gifts out there, because most of the folks who are really super, super talented, they untapped. And so people I care about, I say, hey man, we're gonna get this out here. We're gonna get this out here. And as that went on, it's just, if I'm feeling something, I'm gonna repost it. Somebody got a dope book coming out, I'm gonna repost it. Because I'm feeling it, which that's led to additional relationships. And so that's how my cycle's been going, meeting new folks here and there. So that's a genuine concern, you know what I'm saying, being, and being supportive. I feel like that's what a lot of folks need, regardless of whether they say it or not, that support, you know what I mean?
Right, Spirit just hit me while you was talking.
Yeah,
Girl, just in my mind, I'm like, okay, Lord, okay. But I felt that to a certain extent. And what I seen, y'all excuse me. All right, so what I seen and what I heard was God putting you in that avenue, in that place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be counseling for those people who might otherwise not seek counseling. And for you to be that shield for them.
That was good.
Yeah. I mean, but it hit my spirit, so you know, I had to tell them.
I mean, it's real, because like I said, you know, I do consulting folks, some chefs. Like I said, I know y'all had Chef Marlo here one time. Like I said, we grew up together. Whether it's fashion, like I said, we'll talk about that.
All right.
It just, man, I want to see all my folks win. And so it'd be time where they might be going through something. It might be with somebody else, you know, with another relationship. And they be like, man, you know, such this happened. And so end up consulting in regards to that. Like, this is what I think you should do. I'm not telling you to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, being that shield you talk about.
Right.
Well, you're a fashionable counselor, and I think, let me just say this. I think that it's different. Like, it's funny that we're talking about this and we're talking to a male.
Right.
But I can imagine that a lot of men, that because most of the time we think about a counselor, you think about somebody in a suit.
Right.
And they got these glasses on, and you know, you're going to sit down with, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm just keeping it real though, right? But I look at you and I'm like, if I was a guy, you know, a real cool guy, you know, that I've been in some stuff, I would feel comfortable talking to somebody like you, because you look kind of like me. You know what I mean? Versus me going, I can relate to you. You know what I mean? You got on a hat. You know, you look more inviting to somebody that's like, okay, I can talk to him. We cool. Versus me going to talk to, you know,
feel like
like, man, I gotta go talk to him.
What y'all be running from, y'all need to go talk to him. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this drip thing because I want to make sure you get out. But let's talk about in reference, because you know we're talking about strategies for different people that actually deal with mental illness. Let's talk about the business side part of it. Right. Okay, so I know my little brother had mentioned to me, which I was like, huh? He had mentioned to me that he wanted to start a non-profit for males with mental illness, you know, and I was like, where did that come from, you know, in my mind. And so from a standpoint of a career or a business, and as far as assisting people with mental illness, for somebody that's looking to do that, give some advice to someone who's looking to get in that field.
It's basically, you know, just like everything else, man, it's building relationships. I think relationships has been, I guess, my rock, as you can say, is just basically keeping good relationships, because what ends up happening is I might just call somebody like, hey, man, I'm trying to do this. Oh, but I got somebody for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it goes through, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, keeping good relationships, or people clients I might have had in the past, they gonna refer somebody to me. I mean, cause like Deonta was saying, as far as, I guess the way I carry myself, I dress, when I go to my conferences, I'm usually the only one dressed like this. So folks like, who is that? You know what I'm saying? Well, some of them, why is he here? But I build relationships probably just the fact I don't look like everybody else in the room.
Exactly.
I got a whole different approach, because like life is more, counseling is more about life than being in them textbooks.
Right.
Because half the stuff we go through ain't found in them textbooks.
Correct.
And you throwing out them big words ain't gonna reach him, and him.
Right.
Sometimes her, they're not gonna get it.
Right.
So it's more, I don't so much push, I'm gonna tell you what to do, I'm gonna tell you what not to do.
Right.
Because I could have gone either way, you know what I'm saying? Based on what some of my friends were doing. So,
that's real.
but like I said, build relationships is strong, staying up on what's going on. I know last guest, Miss Bailey, had a lot of knowledge as far as, like I said, being a resource for others. You know what I'm saying? Being a resource for others. But like I said, you said it's your brother, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. But studying and keeping up on current trends that's going on is major in itself too. You gotta study, you gotta keep up, because things are changing. In every field, really. But like I said, with my field, counseling, you got this new law that's going on. Being abreast, because sometimes that knowledge will get you in rooms as well. How he know that? You know what I mean? I need to see what he's all about, because I've done it with people I've met. I ain't like, dang, but I know a lot. I need to get with him.
Right.
Not being afraid to talk, communicate. You know what I mean? Because as long as you be that quiet person in the room, you'll continue to be that quiet person in the room.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your book, Doing Time. So what was the inspiration for your book? And I mean, you're a branding consultant. You're on social media. Mm-hmm. So what are the branding strategies for Doing Time? I want to know the inspiration, because you just talked about you work a lot with inmates. So right. I picture that it's some of the things that you've encountered and heard. So I picture the book to be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Just by the name.
Yeah.
So.
I'm in the beginning stages, and so I've been trying to push myself and encourage myself to do for the longest. So I'm just finally putting that pen to paper. But the inspiration was actually, I came up with that title before I even started in corrections.
Okay.
When I used to teach, for real. Because I was dealing with a problem student. I don't want to say a problem, a challenging student.
Okay.
And I really had to walk away from education for a minute just to keep everything cool. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to be human. You know what I'm saying? But it's just about, like I said, my trials and tribulations. It's funny, you know, especially being around, you know what I'm saying, the community. I guess strictly running the streets is what gets everybody's attention. You know what I'm saying? But I always had one foot in school, one foot in the street. So it's almost like I could have, and sometimes I did go this way, and this is what happened.
Right.
But then I got, you know, I went to school 2-3 times. People like, damn, like people I grew up with, they were like, you a counselor now? You? Yeah. I mean, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I first snapped up my digital flyer for my business. Folk were him like, dang, not you. I was somebody to them. No, not little Kenny, no. Yeah, man. But I say it's the way. It's what, you know, what God brought me. You know, we all have different struggles. You know, people like, man, you know, you see on Instagram, the entertainment world, you ain't from the streets, you ain't robbing, you ain't real. All of us had different struggles. Some stuff I've been through, you would never want to go through. You know what I'm saying? Had nothing to do with getting shot at. You know what I mean? So I was run over by a truck in 2004 walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? So people see that, you know, I walk with a limp for life, but I could have been dead, according to the doctors. You know what I mean? So we all have our own trials and tribulations, and I think I done live an interesting life, a fun life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just thought it was because you was cool.
No.
I thought that was cool, man.
No. I live fun, like I say, you know, I've been through mine too, so that's basically gonna be the base of the book, and you know, giving jewels I done learned from my OGs, my older folks, and like I say, even some of my youngins. I got some young folks around me, super smart. Some stuff they say you be living there like, hey, how you know that?
Right.
You're number 15, how you know that?
Right.
But that's their own trials and tribulations. Like I said, that's basically the basis of the book, man. Just making it through and reaching your fullest potential.
Amazing.
All right, let's talk about this drip.
Yeah.
Tell me about what's going on with this drip.
Well, I'm a branding director for a company with my partner Eron.
Okay.
The company's called Guap Life. Stand for Guap Life, and one of our concept is Guap Life stands for Growth, Unity, and Prosperity. Let your focus evolve. So basically, just continuing to grow, because you're gonna continue to grow till you leave here. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, sure.
but one of our concepts, it kind of took off is drip. And for those who don't know, drip is a form. It's basically your style. You know, everybody said they got the drip. So we decided to sell it. You know what I'm saying? If you say you got it, you know what I mean? So.
What's our drip?
Look. Yeah, so drip is just we basically do custom clothing. This is I was raised in Lithonia, so basically we might just be on the phone talking like, hey, you put it on a t-shirt. All right, cool, there you go. So we do concept clothing, but one of our concepts that really took off is drip. So basically we just been pushing out products, basically focused on clothing, against gold caps.
Okay now. Drip.
Yeah.
I got the drip.
Yeah, track suits, you know what I'm saying? Hoodies.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I got some labels for y'all. Yeah. Let me know if y'all decide right. If not, we gonna get it right.
Okay, we got the drip.
Yeah.
We
I might be a little too fat for small.
Hey, I mean, we'll say we get it right.
I
We get it
got
right.
you.
I think I initially asked y'all about t-shirts.
Let me see them.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, but I ain't know. So like I said, the size
Those
ain't
are
right.
cute.
Oh yeah, that's why I was like, oh, I know your name. Oh yeah, you sure did.
I said, fanny packs.
Okay now.
Yeah, t-shirts.
I like it.
Yeah. So
And we have to represent the trip.
Yeah.
We like to represent people when we go on vacation. We get
Plane,
yeah.
Oh, you know what? I got a lot of plane trips. I need
Yeah.
some
So
plane clothes.
like I say, I do. Like I said, branding.
The ladies, y'all need to get y'all
Yeah,
some
get ready.
trips.
Like I said, we got the t-shirts, the hoodies, whatever your flavor is. Yeah, if you need a t-shirt to match a pair of your tennis shoes, you can't find a t-shirt, we'll do those too.
I like versatility.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. This mess is funny. Okay. Cause what I'm about to say, I know I'm crazy. All right, so I'm like, this man up here, this man I'm talking about being a counselor and telling y'all how to get y'all darn mind right. He'll run from Brandon on IG to some drip. Y'all better get y'all hustles in.
Yeah, man.
I like it.
Keep working.
I like it. We appreciate the gift.
You know.
All right, so now tell the viewers how they can find you, how they can drip.
My counseling, my main page, which you reach me for branding and consulting, is KBCEO1. It's KBCEO1, the number 1. And then my counseling page is KJB_2, the number 2 _LPC.
All right, now.
That's how you can reach me for counseling service.
Okay, now. Well, we appreciate you coming down.
I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, you ain't got to get up, though. All right, so.
The coolest mastermind expert in the A.
Right. I like this show. It's a good way to bang on out, girl.
It is.
Sure.
So, y'all know, okay, we are getting ready to take a break, okay? So, this is our last Facebook show until probably around the fall. We're probably going to do some genius talks during the summertime if our schedule permits, but I ain't going to tell you that it is. But what we will be doing, if you are out there and you have some events in the Atlanta, Columbus, surrounding areas, we'll actually be in LA, New Orleans for BET, Essence Festival, different areas like that. So if you have any events that you want us to come cover or any events that you want to see our lovely faces, definitely reach out to us on Gwen's Business Corner at gmail.com or on our IG page. You can DM us. On our Facebook page, you can inbox us. Of course, we're going to be looking for sponsors for our next season. We're going to be dripping for the next season. Right. So we're getting reared up for the next season, bringing more expansion to Gwen's Business Corner with Deonta B for what we're going into, like, I don't even know what season we on, Lord. But we're going into our second full year. I think we did a lot of shows. And we really appreciate everybody who has tuned in to us this following season, whether it was on the televised shows, whether it was on the Facebook shows. We really appreciate you all. I know that a lot of people have been reaching out to us in the last couple of weeks in reference to being on the show. So you can submit your information for the show all the way up until we start next season. We're going to have some surprises for y'all. We're going to be doing some more expansion. So definitely, you can always reach us at Gwen's Business Corner at gmail.com. Again, inbox us on Instagram, inbox us on Facebook. We're going to be doing a lot of different things, so follow us so that you can see what we got coming up. Deonta, what you got to say, girl?
Well, I just want to say we're coming to the end of tax season, so you can still come and see us at the end. Yeah. And you can find me at all social media outlets at therealdeontab.com and find me on Instagram.
For sure.
So we out. Lord.
We drifting on out. Until next time, we wish you peace, love, and prosperity.
For sure.
And
by the way, y'all catch all our old shows. Go to Facebook. You can watch all our old shows. And also go to our YouTube channel. I need y'all to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Gwen Business Corner. We need our subscribers up. Help us get them up. And watch all our old shows. I promise you, all our guests are giving solid nuggets. We talking about all kinds of stuff from 2 years ago. So definitely go back and rewatch some of our old shows. All our Facebook shows are on there. All our shows from Genius Talk we have done. All our televised shows are on there. So definitely check out our YouTube channel. All right, we out.
We love you guys. Bye.